not lean on your own understanding. And do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. It will be healing to your flesh and refreshment to your bones. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will make straight your paths. With that passage being read, I'm going to give you guys a quick understanding on what exactly that verse may mean. God calls us to an obedience that will position us for the promise. He wants to protect us from the consequences of acting on our own short-sighted opinions, which are dependent on only what we can observe and interpret. When we're walking with God, we have access to wisdom far beyond what we can actually see and understand. We can tap into the wisdom of God, who can do far more than we can ever imagine. The Lord wants us to trust in him. He wants us to act on him, to ask him for wisdom and understanding when it comes to a decision in our lives. Sometimes when we act upon our own decisions, upon our own opinions, sometimes when we act upon our own wisdom, our own understanding, we end up putting ourselves in a situation that we probably would rather not be in, or we end up making a decision that we rather not have decided in the end. I'll give you an example of like an image. Picture this in your mind right now. I'm hiking on this big mountain, highest mountain you could think of. I'm hiking on it. I'm hot. I'm thirsty. My legs are shaking. I can't seem to hold myself up anymore. My muscles are aching. The more I go into this hike, the more I climb up, the more I keep deciding to go forward. My body is giving out on me. I come across this boulder. There's a rock there, strong, cool, immovable. My body giving out as I go further into this hike. I'm looking at this boulder sitting there, not moving, strong. What do? I lean on it. I lean all of my weakness into its strength. It then cools my body, cools me from the heat that I'm feeling. It holds me up when I can't stand on my own. Receive this boulder for what I can't provide for myself. And I just lean on it. See, when we're trying to lean on our own strength, lean on our own wisdom and understanding, it wears us down. Our muscles aches. Our head is overwhelmed. Our body is tired. Our emotions are out the window. All that being said, that is 3 parts: physically, spiritually, and emotionally. If you think about it, God created us for all parts to work together. One of those parts or all of those parts are not in line with each other, it wears us down physically, emotionally, spiritually. That's why it's so important to walk in his understanding, to understand what he wants us to do, to be still for a moment and to listen to that still whisper voice, okay? And he will guide you into the path that we are to walk in, right? And when we don't follow that obedience, we then feel something is left out. We feel we made a wrong choice, or we feel something is not right about what we're about to get into. But when we learn to trust in the Lord, his ways so completely that the only thing we fear is walking out of his ways. His ways are not restriction, but protection. Protection from what we might get hurt from, or what we might suffer from, or what we end up dealing from because we decided to lean on our own wisdom rather than leaning on him. Even when we feel like our decision might lead us into the right direction, we have to remember that the full and abundant life lies in obedience with God. That being said, don't lean on your own wisdom, fenced in by small thoughts, small visions, and dreams. Remember that his promises is for you to prosper. His promises is for you to be full of boldness, courage, be full of joy, and have strength in your heart, okay? When we lean on our own wisdom and understanding, we seem to fail in some aspects of that along the line. But when we walk with Christ and when we ask him, what do I do? How do I make this choice? When do I make this choice? Be still and wait and move through obedience, okay? So that boulder shows up when you can lean on him, when you have no strength, when you have no more steps to go. That rock is the Lord. That rock is your foundation. That rock is what's going to hold you up and lean against on when it comes to understanding what it is that you're going through. Okay? I love y'all. God bless.